Tonight, Nikki Haley resigned as a UN ambassador.
A coach is charged with child pornography.
And the names of the Schoharie limo crash victims are revealed.
WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Salvador Speraza.
And I'm Abby Barcavoli.
U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley has resigned. President Trump made the announcement this morning after a brief meeting with Haley. Her resignation surprised many White House officials, including Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and National Security Advisor John Bolton.
According to an anonymous source, Haley informed President Trump about her decision to leave a week ago, but did not notify Pompeo nor National Security Advisor Bolton. Many question her reason for leaving and her decision to resign. The president says he will announce a new UN ambassador within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
When traveling through Fulton, 22 scarecrows attempt to get locals in the Halloween spirit. 16-year employee of the Parks and Recreation Department, Fulton, Veronica Silvers, implemented the program to add spirit to each fall season. Each scarecrow is dressed to represent different professions found in the town of Fulton. 4 years ago, Silvers started with just one scarecrow and continues to add them each upcoming year. A group of scarecrows can be found welcoming people downtown on the corner of Oneida and South First Streets.
The Victor Orlando Wilson Foundation is hosting its 3rd annual Addiction Awareness Walk this Saturday. This event helps to recognize the thousands of lives that are lost every year due to addiction to drugs and alcohol. The walk will also feature speakers from the community who will share their stories about recovery. The event will be held at the Lake Ontario Event and Conference Center from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, October 13th. For more information, go to www.vowfoundation.org.
A former track and cross-country coach for 3 Central New York schools is facing a number of charges for child pornography. 31-year-old Martin Nicholson is charged with 2 counts of possession of child pornography, 1 count of promoting child pornography, 1 count of unlawful surveillance, and 1 count of unlawful sex act. 3 of the alleged victims have been identified according to the Onondaga County District Attorney's Office. District Attorney William Fitzpatrick has called the arrest a community's worst nightmare.
And Oswego McDonald's has decided to add security at night. As Jared Esposito reports, SUNY Oswego students seem to think the idea makes sense.
McDonald's, the top fast food restaurant in America, a place that's known to bring joy. But in a college town like Oswego, New York, many problems have come about. After incidents of college students disrupting business has piled up, the establishment made the choice of hiring security during the night shift of the weekends.
I think it's a smart idea. You get a lot of drunken, disorderly people who come through there every night, and I think some get too rowdy, and you need to kick them out. I think it's a good idea.
Management at the establishment has even claimed that some have even attempted to climb over the counter and assault employees.
I'd believe it. I haven't seen it myself, but it's something that I'm sure happens a lot.
The establishment also claims that one of the main reasons for the hiring is due to the fact that the location is a main stopping point for the D-Bus, a local bus route for students that capitalizes on the nightlife. And while many in the community are happy with the choice, some students are sad about the change.
See, a lot of drunk people just causing a lot of chaos. It's pretty funny, actually. I'm kind of sad to see it gone.
It's crazy how college kids act, especially right after parties. Like, I feel like it's a safe move on McDonald's part, so the employees themselves don't have to work with it.
A safe move indeed for the fast food chain in Oswego, New York. Jared Esposito reporting for WTOP10 News.
The branch on Bridge Street plans to retain the security service for the rest of the semester.
New York State Police have released the names of all 20 victims of the deadly limousine crash in Schoharie County on Saturday. According to officials, the limo ran through a stop sign at the end of State Route 30A and collided with traffic, killing everyone inside the limo as well as 2 pedestrians. Among the victims is SUNY Oswego professor Brian Hoff. This crash is the deadliest transportation accident in almost a decade. A full list of the names of the victims can be found at cnycentral.com.
3 men are in custody after running a phone scam based in Syracuse. The scam affected 55 victims in 10 counties across the state who were told their loved ones were being held hostage. The ringleader in this operation is 27-year-old Giovanni Ayala Rodriguez. pled guilty to the charges in Onondaga County Court. Rodriguez and his accomplices have been ordered to pay $14,529 in restitution. Rodriguez is expected to serve 6 to 12 years in prison.
U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer announces JetBlue will now offer daily straight-through flights from Rochester to Boston. This makes Rochester the 4th upstate city to supply direct flights to Logan International Airport. Travelers flying outside of Rochester will be able to connect with U.S. and international flights departing from Logan. Buffalo, Syracuse, and Albany airports already offer direct flights to Boston. These new routes are planned to take flight early next year.
Coming up, a list of priests accused of child abuse has been leaked.
And a state of emergency has been issued in Florida.
Now for a quick look at the weather, meteorologist Noah Blake. How's it looking, Noah?
Wow, what a day it's been. We've been experiencing some sultry conditions with temperatures for much of the area in the lower 80s today, and we're currently experiencing some temperatures that are in the middle to upper 70s. Looking at the current winds, they're mostly coming out of the southerly direction, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking nationally, most of the temperatures are still sitting in the middle to upper 70s, some 80s in spots, but looking to the west of us, not so much, due to a cold front that's pushing through much of the western regions, bringing temperatures down into the 30s and 40s. I will have much more after the break, even talking about Hurricane Michael that will be impacting the Florida Panhandle after the break.
My name is Gina Iliev. I am the Health Equity Coalition's coordinator at Planned Parenthood here in Central and Western New York. I'm also Executive Masters in Public Administration here at the Maxwell School, Syracuse University. In the last couple years, you've seen a number of movements, and I'm sure you've seen all the hashtags that go along with it. I think it's really important to talk about what those hashtags mean, and then once we garner that power through those media avenues, how do we really activate people on the ground and in real life? I'm really looking forward to learning from the other panelists too what they do. I work for a local nonprofit, and some of the other panelists are from very big corporations, and I'm really interested in how they navigate those spaces. What do those connections look like?
Good evening, I'm meteorologist Noah Blake. Looking at our current temperatures, we are looking at lower to mid 70s throughout the region. Looking at the entire state, we are looking at pretty much 70s all across the state, and some 60s in spots due to some showers that moved through earlier. Some of the headlines for tonight: the heat continues through tomorrow. Rain returns Thursday, which will knock the temperatures down drastically. Cooler weather will be ahead throughout the rest of the week following Thursday. And we are tracking Hurricane Michael, which is impacting the Gulf Coast right now and will be moving into the Florida Panhandle through the day tomorrow. Looking at the satellite and radar, we really don't have much going on. It's pretty clear throughout much of the state, and this will persist into tomorrow. Looking at the nation, we have a frontal system that is currently pushing into the northern tier of the United States, and this is the system that will be cooling us down on Thursday. There's also, as you can see, some some snow to the west that will impact some of the most northern states. Looking at the futurecast, we're looking at partly cloudy conditions through tonight as well as tomorrow, and the rain won't be moving in until late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. The rain will push out into the early afternoon, and then the cold front will be moving through mid to late Thursday afternoon. Looking at Michael, the current conditions are, the current pressure is 953 millibars. The winds are blasting at 120 miles per hour with gusts up to 150, and it's moving north at 12 miles per hour. The hurricane will be hitting the Panhandle as a Category 3 hurricane, and will be impacting the other states that got hit by Florence, which include the Carolinas. Looking at the 7-day forecast, we are experiencing warm conditions again tomorrow, along with rain pushing through Thursday that will cool us down dramatically for the rest of the week. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Noah Blake, and we will be moving to break.
Hi, I'm Anthony Citron, and for one view a day, you can help producers at WTOP get the recognition they deserve for their work. For just 30 minutes a day, you can help these students make sure their work does not go unnoticed. Please, click the link below and help these students get the recognition they deserve. All it takes is one view a day.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 wonders of the world.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the Earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP10 Nightly News. Following the deadly limo crash in Schoharie County, many safety experts have raised questions over the sufficiency of limousine regulations. On Monday, the Prestige Limousine Chauffeur Service stated they are performing a detailed internal investigation to determine the cause of the accident. Chairman of the National Transportation Safety Board, Robert Sumwalt, says this does need to be a wake-up call, and we need to learn from this. According to former NTSB Managing Director Peter Goels, the rule states backseat passengers are not required to wear seatbelts, but this is going to be revisited.
Newly minted Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh will join the High Court Tuesday for his first day on the job. Less than a week ago, the FBI was busy investigating sexual assault claims against him. After a truncated FBI probe, the Senate voted narrowly to confirm Kavanaugh over the weekend. It came after a bitter fight over Kavanaugh's nomination drove a partisan wedge even deeper into the heart of a devastated nation. Reed Binion reports.
What happened to the Kavanaugh family violates every notion of fairness, decency, and due process.
President Trump speaking at Monday's ceremonial swearing-in for newly confirmed Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh.
On behalf of our nation, I want to apologize to Brett and the entire Kavanaugh family.
Trump falsely claiming that allegations of sexual misconduct against Kavanaugh, which Kavanaugh denies, were proven to be untrue.
You, sir, under historic scrutiny, were proven innocent.
Trump's Monday night comments reflected the combative stance he maintained on Kavanaugh's confirmation throughout the day.
A man that was caught up in a hoax that was set up by the Democrats. It was a disgraceful situation brought about by people that are evil.
For his part, Kavanaugh took a more conciliatory tone at Monday's ceremony.
The Senate confirmation process was contentious and emotional. That process is over. I take this office with gratitude and no bitterness.
Kavanaugh vowing to be objective and nonpartisan on the High Court.
On the Supreme Court, I will seek to be a force for stability and unity.
Kavanaugh also talked about promoting female lawyers.
I'm proud that all 4 of my newly hired law clerks at the Supreme Court are women.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
The controversy surrounding Kavanaugh will not likely abate anytime soon. A women's march protesting Kavanaugh will greet him at the Supreme Court as he takes the bench for the first time Tuesday morning.
The San Bernardino, California Diocese released a list of 34 priests facing strongly backed accusations of child abuse, some far back as the 1960s. This list was released to the public in this past August, revealing a stomach-churning 1,000-plus child victims of sexual abuse. Of the 34 accused, 14 are dead, another 14 were banned from the diocese, 5 were removed from priesthood, and 1 left the diocese 25 years ago and has not been heard from since. Bishop Gerald Barnes says he offers his sincere apologies and deepest regrets to those who were victimized by the men on the list, and to all the faithful of the diocese who have been scandalized by this shameful chapter in the church's history.
Schools in Flint, Michigan are getting help to provide safe drinking water to students from Tesla CEO Elon Musk. According to CNN, Musk donated around $500,000 to install new ultraviolet filtration systems in all Flint community schools' water fountains. Lead and other toxins were found to be tainting the waters of Flint in what is known as the Flint water crisis. The Flint community still struggles with water contamination problems. All of the filtration systems will be installed by the end of January 2019.
Tensions arise among dissidents in Saudi Arabia after the disappearance of a Saudi journalist. The disappearance of 58-year-old Jamal Khashoggi has caused many outspoken critics of Saudi Arabia Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to fear for their lives. Khashoggi went into the consulate in Istanbul, Turkey, last Tuesday and not has been heard from since. Saudi Arabia has denied all accusations related to his disappearance. The Saudi journalist has been critical of the Crown Prince in his Washington Post articles.
4 people are dead after a massive sinkhole formed Sunday in China. According to state media of China, the sinkhole opened Sunday afternoon in the Dajiaoxing province. More than 40 firefighters were involved in the rescue mission. The Chinese government still has not disclosed what caused the deadly sinkhole.
Coming up in sports, Michael Morano.
You're watching WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
Hey, bud. Hey.
What?
What are you doing October 17th at 2 p.m.?
I don't know. What are you guys doing?
Funny you should ask, because we're actually watching the Media Summit Red Carpet Show at 2 o'clock on Wednesday, October 17th on WTOP10.
This job looks perfect. It says you need a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to WTOP Nightly News. I'm Michael Morano bringing you your sports update. Let's jump right into Oswego sports. The SUNYAC has selected Oswego State men's soccer team goalie Brian Terra as the Defensive Player of the Week. After his 5 saves he had against Potsdam as the Lakers went on to win 1-0 on Saturday to snap their 5-game losing streak. That was Terra's second shutout of the season, with his first coming against Utica College, and his 4th shutout overall. The Lakers will return to the Green at 4 p.m. this Friday as they host the 7-3-2 Buffalo State Bengals for a tough conference contest. The Oswego State field hockey team took the field today as they look to snap their dreadful 4-game losing streak against Hardwick. Both Emily Conklin and Abby Testa were able to end their streak of going scoreless the last 4 games, but was not enough as the Lady Lakers fall to Hardwick today by a score of 4-2. The Lakers will take the field again as they host St. John Fisher College on Saturday as the seniors will celebrate Senior Day. Moving on to football now, former longtime Chiefs running back Jamal Charles signs a 1-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This signing comes after a plague of injuries the Jaguars running back squad has had this year, with a number of 3 running backs, Corey Grant placed on injury reserve and Leonard Fournette out indefinitely with a right hamstring injury. And with TJ Yeldon dealing a nagging ankle injury, expect Jamal Charles to get a lot of touches as the 11-year veteran looks to light up the field as he once did with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Jaguars will travel to Dallas to take on the 2-3 Cowboys on Sunday at 4:25. Sticking with NFL, number 9 overall pick in the 2015 draft, Eric Flowers will finally be placed on waivers after being unable to find a team to trade with. Flowers started 46 games as left tackle for the 3 seasons. After the Giants moved him to right tackle, he was still not able to find his groove and failed time and time again to do his job and protect his quarterback Eli Manning. The Giants promoted offensive tackle Brian Mihalik to take Flowers' roster spot. He will serve as the team's swing tackle, ready to take on either side on Thursday when the Giants play against defending Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now moving on to some postseason baseball, the Yankees will take on the Boston Red Sox. Luis Severino on the mound today as he's looking to capitalize, trying to get the lead back, and that will be ball 4 to Jackie Bradley Jr. with the bases loaded. Yankee fans are saying it's time to go, Louie, and Aaron Boone will call to the bullpen, and Lance Lynn will answer as he looks to get out of this jam at the bottom of the 4th, but same problems linger as Mookie Betts draws a 4-pitch walk to drive in Brock Holt. We will hear more about Brock Holt later in this game. But next batter, Andrew Benintendi will crack this one to right field, going down the line right to the right field wall. That'll drive in all 3 as Aaron Judge will look to have the play at the plate, but it won't be in time. Base clearing double for Andrew Benintendi, and the Red Sox will quickly lead 7-0 as they get on top fast. Now going on, Brock Holt, next batter. He looks to add on to it as the Red Sox take down the 10-0 lead as Brock Holt hits one to the wall. Now Brock Holt will go all the way to 3rd. Xander Bogaerts tells the other runner to stop, but he will keep going as the Red Sox now will take the 10-0 lead. Look at the swag on Brock Holt. Now we go down to the top of the 9th. Brock Holt is not finished yet as he cracks this one to right field. That'll go way out here against Austin Romine, a position pitcher now coming in. And the Red Sox will have a 16-1 lead And that'll be it for the Boston Red Sox. So they take a 2-1 lead in the divisional series. Brock Holt's first player in MLB postseason history to hit for the cycle. And that'll be all she wrote as the Red Sox looks to advance to the championship series for the first time since 2013.
Wow. So, I mean, Yankees didn't put up much of a fight, but you know who did put up much of a fight? Conor McGregor and Khabib.
Yeah,
No,
that was
absolutely
really
nuts.
That was crazy, and I know Conor McGregor came in with so much confidence, and Khabib really showed him why he's still undefeated.
Honestly, so with the whole Khabib's people attacking McGregor and McGregor's people attacking back, how do you feel about that whole situation? You know, it's pretty up in the air. It's all in the news right now.
Conor really gave Khabib a lot to deal with. You know, Khabib is very known to, he's really known to be such a level-head fighter, and with Conor giving him all that, after he won, he kind of let up some steam, and maybe a little bit too much. I mean, Khabib is known as the champion, and he has to act like the champion, and he didn't do that as much. In fact, very unprofessional. So we'll see how Khabib does now, if he's going to get his title stripped, or we'll see what Las Vegas has in store for him.
I did hear that McGregor's not going to press charges against Khabib's people, but
he wants that rematch.
He does.
He wants that rematch.
Bad. That's McGregor, though.
Yeah, no, he's never going to give up, and he's always going to put up a fight.
Honestly.
So Noah, in weather, Hurricane Michael, what are we looking at?
We're looking at very strong winds right now. It's a Category 3 hurricane. This hurricane will pack a lot of rain and storm surge, and it's tracking towards the same states that got affected by Hurricane Florence, so it's not looking really good.
So the Floridas, the Carolinas, are there any evacuations people need to be aware of?
Yes, evacuations have been ordered throughout Florida and Georgia already, so yeah, it's strongly advised that people leave.
Awesome. So, and in weather right now, we're looking to stay warm for the next day?
Yeah, actually temperatures are going to stay in the 80s throughout tomorrow, and there's a storm coming through on Thursday that will dramatically drop temperatures into the upper 40s that night, and pretty much the weather should return back to fall-like temperatures throughout the rest of the week.
Yeah, so we're looking for a nice transition into fall again, possibly?
Yes, we are for a good while. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm actually getting breaking news in my headphone. The library is saying that 4 laptops have been stolen this week, so make sure to watch your belongings. Don't leave anything into anything too long, and keep track of what is yours.
Fantastic. Thanks for bringing that up.
No problem.
All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. My name is Salvatore Speraza.
I'm Abby Budicavoli. Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hi there. You might wonder what a famous Hollywood celebrity like me is doing reading in the dark. Is this some new sort of Hollywood method acting? No, this is quite real.
Did you know that Americans use about 4 times as much energy per year as the global average? We waste energy left and right, despite the fact that the dirty fossil fuels we use to power our energy sources wreak havoc on the natural world and destroys valuable wildlife habitats.
By reading with my solar-powered night vision goggles, I'm saving energy and looking sleek.
You don't have to sit in the dark like Ed Begley Jr. to save the world. Fight climate change by speaking up for cleaner, smarter energy, including rooftop solar.
Oh, that's way better. Oh.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned